Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Anthony, aka Hunter2212DH. Now, in the last tutorials, my OBS Studio kept crashing, and I actually felt bad I didn't show you exactly how this was supposed to be done. So, in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at making a sun. We're going to be looking at how to make an earth, maybe make a atmosphere for this guy, and also we're gonna do kit bashes for spaceships and making materials glow, and also how to make the sun actually cast proper shadows on your planet. Now I'm just gonna show you quickly what I did here. You can see there's a small lamp in the center of the sun. There you go, there's your lamp. So if I bring this closer, you can actually see what's happening. So this is what we're gonna be doing in this tutorial. Now for this tutorial you're going to need to download your Galaxy textures. In my previous videos I actually showed you how and where to do those, so go ahead and do those. But now I'm gonna go and start from scratch. Well, not 2D. And I'm not gonna save this. Alright, so first of all I'm gonna delete everything, Shift A, and I'm gonna make a lamp. And make sure it's a point lamp. And then for this lamp we're gonna make sure the shadow is enabled, and I don't want soft shadows. And also I'm gonna need contact shadows for this guy, and maybe make this like nice and bright. Okay, then I'm gonna Shift A, mesh, and a UV sphere, and I'm gonna place it, well, make sure the lamp is in the center of this guy. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new material for this. I'm gonna call this sun, just like that. And instead of principled, I'm gonna go ahead and, where was it? Oh no, how can I forget where to change this? Oh yeah, you're gonna just select this guy and you're gonna make this an emission. So for this emission we're also going to need an image texture. So if you go into render view now, you're gonna see something like this. Nothing has happened. Now to reference this, I'm gonna duplicate this guy and just scale it down. This is gonna be the earth. So select this, and this one would be the principled BSDF. Principled BSDF, there we go. And also this is going to be an image texture. Now I'm going to open this one first, so this would be in my downloads right there, and you can see I already have a few cool textures. So there's the specular map for the earth, and the cloud textures. So first of all, get the earth, and then make a small, I'm just gonna make this at the bottom, and I'm gonna go to the shader editor. Why isn't this the shader editor? What? Oh, my bad. Oh, you know what I did? I actually okay, I'm just gonna join these two areas quickly. Join areas and just do this. So there's my shader editor, there's my earth. Okay, I'm gonna need a mix RGB, so I'm gonna search for mix RGB. I'm gonna slap it in there, and then I'm gonna go to texture and image texture, just like that, and again open up my downloads, cloud textures, and just hook these up. Now if you look closely, you're gonna get some stretching on this, So first of all, Control T and make sure it's on generated. There you get the stretching. So instead of flat, you want to go to sphere, and there you go. You got cloud textures. Good. Now for the sun, I'm going to select them, and also I'm going to open up this texture for the sun. Also got my downloads. I'm going to scroll all the way down, and there's my sun texture right there. Open image, and you can see I've got a sun going on. Now the problem with this is it's casting a shadow. So you want to go all the way down, leave the blend mode to optique, and shadow mode to none, and there you go. Now if you don't want this blocky stuff right there, you can just go ahead to your search. For me it's space. I'm gonna go ahead and search for shade and shade smooth, and I'm gonna do this for both of them, shade smooth. There we go. Now we've got a nice light bouncing off of this, so just move this back a bit because the earth isn't that close to the sun, and you can see the clouds are actually working. Now I said I'm gonna make an atmosphere for this, so I'm gonna shift D, scale it up just a little bit, and then hit that button, the one with the 2 pages, and instead of having this whole thing, what you can do is just delete everything, X delete, and again you want to go to alpha hashed for this, alpha hashed, there we go. Okay, just give it a moment to compile. I see it's taking a while. Okay, it's compiled. Good. Alright, so we're gonna need transparency. So I'm gonna drag the alpha down just a little bit, just like this. Now nothing is happening. Why? Because I still have this. Why do I still have that? Okay, anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shift A, and I'm gonna need a, let me see, color texture. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a gradient texture, and just hook the gradient texture up to this. Now nothing is happening because we need a transparent BSDF instead of principled, so we don't want the principled. So go ahead and search for transparent. Now that's translucent, transparent BSDF. Hook up the color to this guy, and hook this up to the surface, just like this. And I'm going to delete this. I don't need the principled BSDF. Then I'm going to go ahead and add what was it, ramp, a color ramp. Okay, why color ramp? There we go. Now I'm going to place it in the center of this. Now instead of color, I'm going to go to factor. Then I'm going to start dragging these guys together. Okay, why isn't that? Oh, my bad. Just hook that up again, and there should be right here. Nope, I was right. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Now for some reason this isn't working. I can't remember. Oh, I had to take the alpha to the color. Okay, for some reason I made a mistake somewhere. Maybe it wasn't the gradient. Now I got it to work with this. Just check. Is the surface or what's the volume? There you go, volume. So right now you're actually seeing a lot of the white. Okay. Let's just try color to color. See what happens. Can't remember how exactly I got the atmosphere to work. Kids at the well outside is a little bit of a distraction. Okay, I think it was with the mix shader. The first shader would be this, and the second shader, just move these up, would be the principled BSDF. Then hook this up. Just give it a moment to compile. It's still gonna look the same from now. Because again I'm gonna need to duplicate this shader right here, and I'm gonna plug this guy. Whoa, I hate it when that happens. Plug this guy in right there, and just, well, actually without the shader, this goes to the surface. I think I didn't need this as well. Oh, come on. Okay, something's happening. Okay. I don't know if you just saw that. Okay, so this needs an alpha. Just drag the alpha all the way to 0, and then I think these two have to change. No, I think I have them in the wrong. This one would be volume and that one would be. Come on, why are you doing that? This one would be volume. Okay, just give it a moment to compile. I think the last time I got this to work was actually in cycles. Yeah, I think I got this to work in cycles. That's why this isn't actually doing anything. Okay, anyway, let's just keep it like that. Otherwise, this is gonna take way too long for me to figure out. I'm way too tired for that right now. Okay, take everything, just move it across like this, and maybe just around there. Shift C, so it's in the center, and we're gonna make a few ships. Okay, Shift A, mesh cube, and then for this I'm just gonna go ahead and, hey, come on, I know you want to. Let me just, oh, I forgot to turn on my screencast keys, my bad, sorry guys. Okay, on edit you're gonna need the build tools and the auto mirror. The auto mirror is the most important. So for this guy I'm gonna go into solid view by pressing Z. I'm gonna hit auto mirror and tab into edit mode. So we're gonna get something like this. Now let's take this part. There we go. Drag it out. SZ, and maybe take this part, bring it back. Wow, where did it go? Okay, there we go. You can't see that. It's right there. And then I'm gonna need another one, maybe around there, and I'm gonna press G and Z. You don't want to be messing with the backside. The backside is where they're going to be connecting together, so maybe just take this whole loop cut and just move it out, and take these two and move them in like this, and they already have something that can resemble a cockpit. I can maybe make a loop cut in the center like this, and select these and press I to insert and I again, just nice and small, and press E to extrude this inwards. There you go. Now you're gonna have to make a few extra cockpits, so again the best way to do this is in the same object view, so Shift D and then drag it back. You can just take P in selection and drag it. Whoop, I missed it. Why isn't it focusing? Okay, it's not working. It's actually supposed to allow me to rotate around this guy, but it's alright. And it's gonna mess with me. Why? Shift C. G. Oh, tab out of edit mode. My bad. Okay, so instead of doing that, make sure you got this to the origin, maybe a bit like this, and just drag it out, and then again just make something different. Okay, so we got something nice and tall like that. Then I want a complete windshield, so I'm gonna press I and I again, and maybe press B for border, and E to extrude this in, and we got something that looks like that. And then we can make this look maybe different. Just be careful when you do this. You don't want to drag this out, you want to extrude it. Shift D is it maybe to extrude this out. Then you can make like wings or something like that. And obviously we're gonna do something like this, you know, making your own wings and yeah. Okay, so if I do this, Shift A, mesh, and a cube, you will see if I line this up, it will line up perfectly. That's what you want. So tab into edit mode for this guy, and maybe just take this whole thing, drag it back, auto mirror, and then I'm gonna make a few loop cuts like this, and I'm gonna select these. Okay, maybe I have not enough loop cuts. Control R, and maybe something like that. Okay, so select these, and again it's doing the same. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that, so I'm going to just take a few of these, and I to insert, and well, actually Alt E along normals, and you can do something like this. There you go. maybe you want to make this look a little different. You can do this and only select these, only these, not that. So if you accidentally selected that, just do this and hold in control and take these edges right here and just select them, and also for the top and bottom is Shift Y and just drag them up. Then you can make them look round, a bit rounder than they were. And also you can go ahead and maybe select these and alter along, well, individual faces, something like that. And you can go ahead and turn on, well, individual origins and scale it down. There you go. And again, you can just add another cube and keep going, keep going, keep going. If you want to reuse every object, you can do this and Shift D, well, Shift D, X, and just Shift R, and then you can kit bash these. So let's say you want to use this, there, easy. And the last thing I want to show you is how I actually made the engines. I did it with a cube, so I'm going to Shift A, mesh, and a cube, and make sure it's in the center, because we're gonna do the auto mirror again. Auto mirror with this, just drag it back so you can see what I'm doing. So tab, hit A, scale it out, make a loop cut right, well, right there, and select that part. S, Shift Y, there we go. And then take this part and E to extrude this, scale it up, E to extrude it again, E to extrude it one more time just to get these faces, and then I to inset and just drag it in. And then for the front part, I just went ahead and hit E to extrude and just scale it down. Then I made a few lip cuts just like that, and selected a few faces, Shift D, is, well, Alt E, and along face normals. And then I went ahead and hit Alt E, individual faces, and then scale them down. Now obviously it's not going to be that big, I'm just doing this because I'm in a hurry to get this finished. So let's make this look a bit cooler, and Alt E, individual faces, and scale it down. So now you got like engine parts. There, cool. So making like a glow effect on some of these. So let's say you want to make a glow effect on this. You're gonna select this part right here, or whatever you want to make a glow for. You're gonna make a new. Okay, I'm just gonna do this is 1 for ship 1, and new, and SG for ship glow. Now I'm just gonna do this quickly. I'm gonna need to go into my UV editor right there. For the whole ship, I'm gonna do, well, this whole piece right here, I'm gonna hit A, S, 0. There we go. I'm gonna show you a cool trick. If I want this to be on this guy, just go into out of edit mode. You can just drag it. Oh, yeah, take this guy, drag it over, and it's taking the same color. So if I were to go ahead and just drag this down a bit and make sure I'm in color view for this now, you can see it actually changes the color for both of them. There you go. Okay, for this one, go back into edit mode for this. Reselect these. And just go to the SG. And assign. Now, for both of these, I'm going to use the same color. So, the same color texture. So, I'm going to go image texture on this one. And also, I don't want it to be in the principal TF. I want to go to emission, and I think I already enabled bloom. Just make sure bloom is enabled. No, bloom isn't enabled. My bad. So that means I didn't even show how to turn on the bloom for the earth. That makes me feel like an ass. I'm just gonna stop it there. Okay, so this guy is gonna have a bloom. I'm gonna turn it on for this guy first. So you got the emission shader, and you can just turn up the bloom, just like that. Cool. But now for this gonna be with a texture. If you have different textures, if you have a color palette, whatever going on, I'm gonna first select, what did I do there? Select this guy. I'm gonna go to base color, and I'm gonna go to image texture. I can't even see anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to colors. You can get these color palettes anywhere online. You just have to look for them and just download a color palette. Maybe you have your own. If you want to learn more about these type of color palettes, go check Infencia's channel. He's pretty cool with this stuff. Okay, so save into edit mode. Hit A. Oh, here's another cool trick. I can go into edit mode for all of this, and I can go ahead and S0, and everything is then set to 0. Now I don't have this image selected, so again, and we can just move these around. So I'm gonna go make them like a black color, just like that, and then I'm gonna select these and make sure that same color palette is on them. So base color, image texture, and I'm not gonna open up the image texture. Actually, I just want to reuse that one, just like this. Cool. And let's see. Let's make them like a. Why isn't it working? It's supposed to change the color. Because I think I'm still using the principal PSD. Oh. Image texture, and then go ahead and just check this guy, and you should be able to change them now. There you can see. So I'm going to alt select these, hit A is 0. Okay, what the hell is going on now? It is assigned. Okay, something is going wrong here, and I don't know why. Just make sure I got all of these. I see what's happening. From linear, I'm gonna set this to closest, and again, it's still freaking out on me. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the shader editor quickly. Shader editor for this guy, and look at what's going on. Control T. Just make sure. Oh boy, I did it for the wrong guy. It was only for the one. Sorry guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and Control Z a few times until those actually disappear. Okay, just delete these. I'm just gonna delete everything until I have my, I don't know. Okay, this is some type of glitch then. I think I just had a glitch because it actually duplicated my image textures, as you can see. Now come on. There we go. Again, Control T. Yeah, now it works. And just use UV. And I'm gonna go back to UV editor, hit A, and I'm gonna start messing around with this. And why isn't it working? Something's wrong. Okay, so it isn't using the UV coordinates. You know what? I'm just gonna delete this whole thing. And I'm just gonna open up that same color. Let's see if that works. I guess not. Wonder why. It's not supposed to. I don't know what the hell is going on now. I'm just gonna do this. I had it working just before I actually did this, but alright. Remove. We can just play with this color and bring up the strength. Cool. So for this guy, I know this would still work. And if you want like a GT stripe in this, just be careful what you select. You can colorize your objects pretty easily. And I don't know why that other thing didn't work for me. I had it working the first time. But alright, that's how we do that. So obviously, like I said, you're gonna be wanting to make wings. The wings are pretty simple to do. That's what I try to explain on this guy. You're just gonna make them separate and make sure they are mirrored in the center. You can maybe do something like this. There you got some variation. There's a lot you can do with this low poly stuff. You can make it look however you want. So go ahead and make your own spaceships, do your own planets, and on the next tutorial, when I actually figured out a few of these other things I had problems with, I would let you I will show you in the next tutorial how I got it to work. If you want to know where exactly I am from, because I'm here in South Africa. Yay, the land of the stolen. Should be around here somewhere. Gauteng. Yeah, don't stalk me, otherwise I'm gonna take one of these spaceships and fly it up your... yeah. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope this tutorial actually helped you out. If you liked it, please leave a like in the description. Well, listen to me, description. Yeah, leave a like in the description. Yeah, I actually want to say a comment in the description. Tell me what you want to learn, and leave a like, and also subscribe if you want to see what's gonna happen next. Ring that bell, because I am gonna be finishing up with my where was it? Help. Nah, file. Ah, no, splash screen. I'm not gonna save this. I'm gonna be going on with this guy. So I'm gonna be doing the clouds, everything is gonna work as it's supposed to. And if I do this and I... well, actually my camera is not in the right place. Let me just go in and GZ RX GZ, something like that. We're gonna be learning how to do this. That's what we had in the last tutorial. Let's crash into Earth. Yay! Alright, obviously my scaling isn't completely correct, so I'm gonna have to scale these ships way down, but this was actually for the demonstrations, and we're gonna make cooler lasers for this guy, and make a few muzzle flashes as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a nice day. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I know, sounds lazy.